Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am doing something kind of fun today. I am going to open a box, a very valuable box of 1991 Upper Deck. Just kidding, this set is not worth anything. Basically this set is the absolute peak of the junk wax era. Junk wax going from mid 80s to early mid 90s, when they overprinted the crap out of everything. And 1991, if you look at all the statistics and whatnot of that era, it was basically the absolute peak year. It kind of went from mid 80s peak to 91, that started going down as everybody realized this shit wasn't worth anything. So why am I opening it today? Well, to this day it's super cheap, and it kind of reminds me of my childhood, honestly. Let's get into it while I'm talking. So, to give you guys an idea of what I'm doing, I am actually, funny enough, collecting this entire set. This binder over here actually has the majority of the cards in it. If I could get into the damn box, there we go. Has the majority of the cards in it already. There's only a few cards I need, but I know this is a low series. I know there's a high series, but I'm not doing that shit. I just wanted to kind of get a nostalgia trip going with this opening. So yeah, I mean, I guess my collecting story is, I, as a kid in the 90s, I was a big Ken Griffey Jr. fan. Largely because I like baseball, but also I like the Ken Griffey Jr. video game. Basically, still to this day, the first one, Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball on Super Nintendo, is probably the best video game ever made, as far as baseball video game. Debate that in the comments. But I guess open it from the box. I guess let's open it while we're talking. But hope you get some good stuff here. But anyway, yeah, as a kid in the 90s, I know my dad was caught up in the hype, and several of my friends were caught up in the hype of collecting these cards that could have been worth money someday. Oh, look at that. There's a Nolan Ryan Baseball Heroes, number 16 of 18. Now, there is a random off chance of getting an autographed Nolan Ryan, believe it or not. There's 2,500 of them in the set that are hand signed and numbered by Nolan Ryan. So that's kind of cool, but groundbreaking. That's the building of the park there. But yeah, so anyway, I had a lot of 91 Donruss as a kid. Tons of 91 Donruss. This next in, get a Baltimore. I love the stickers in this set. It's really cool. What's up, everybody? Baltimore Orioles. Actually a big fan of those. With a Pete O'Brien. But so yeah, I was playing baseball, watching a lot of baseball, and so Barry Larkin, put him up, and collecting a lot of cards. I really was a Jack Clark. I sort of stopped collecting cards after the sort of the steroid home run battle that McGuire and Sosa were having. I watched, I started watching baseball, but I was getting a little older, getting into high school. I started getting other things, kind of fell out of the hobby. Never really stopped liking baseball, but I kind of just put it on the back burner for other things. But in the last few years, who's that? Oh, Dave Parker. He's pretty good. I'll put him right here for now. Good player. I sort of got back into the hobby in the last couple of years. Just as a Montreal Expo sticker. That's awesome. Very cool. Put that over here with the sticker pile. kind of got back in the hobby, and here I am. I was Eddie Murray. Nice. Put up Eddie Murray. 500 home run club there. And I have some pretty strong opinions on the hobby today, to be honest. Harold Reynolds, the ESPN commentator, right? That's kind of how I remember that guy. But, you know, as a kid, when I was collecting in the junk wax era, you know, I looked, you know, why the hell am I opening this shit? It's not worth anything, right? Well, I didn't pay much for this either, right? So I kind of know I'm not getting anything of real value out of this. Unless by some miracle I pulled a Nolan, which shouldn't happen. But the other thing is checklist. Okay. The other thing is you know, this is cheap fun entertainment for me. That's kind of how I'm looking at it nowadays, right? Like back in the day when people were opening these upper deck cards, they're trying to, it was a hype thing, right? You know, you wanted the Griffey, you wanted to make the money, and it was very hype driven. The Todd Van Poppel prospect, that was a big card back in the day. But the thing that kind of was a giant sticker. That's cool. The thing that kind of is a little interesting to me today is that Dwight Gooden. It's a great card. I'll put him up here. I'll put my little, I guess you can call these hits up here, right? Oh yeah, the big unit. Big unit definitely goes up on this, gets his own stand there. Was it Tony Phillips? He was a great leadoff hitter back in the day. I remember him. King Caminiti, nice. He was. I remember him on the Padres. He was really good. Rest in peace. But anyway, nowadays, you know, like I said, I've only been back into this hobby in the last couple of years. I collect a lot of baseball. I collect some golf just because I play golf IRL. And I guess I feel like I've been watching a lot of, you know, sports card hobby commentators and videos and whatnot, and you know, I kind of feel the hype thing happening again, but potentially in a more dangerous way. So Mark Grace, great player, most hits in the 90s. Particularly breakers, and this is gonna be the hot take video for anyone. You know, hang out if you want to hear more hot takes, because there's gonna be some hot ones in here. I'll put this right here. That a lot of people are not gonna agree with, and that's fine. This is just my opinions. Alan Trammell, good player. I'm not gonna put him in my hit list though. He's a good player though. So yeah, I mean, you know, we have breakers. We have another Nolan Ryan. Put him up here. Make some room for the man. Let's talk about breakers for a second. I have friends who do breaks. You know, they do it as a fun thing. I get it. You know, and I don't hate the idea of you know, doing it for fun once in a while and whatever. You can buy a box you would normally, get a piece of a box, I should say, that you normally could not buy. And I understand the appeal of that. But one thing and this is just sort of an economy, the Jack Morris, he's in the Hall of Fame. I don't know. He's not going in my pile though. A lot of people are doing the thing where they partial payment everything, right? Reggie Sanders. So you got these apps like Klarna and all this where people are partial paying their dinner or their groceries, right? And they have payment plans for everything, right? And these companies are making giant money off of this. In my opinion, you know, it's kind of I don't want to say exploiting. The Cub sticker, cool. Let's put the stickers down here. Why not? But let's just say it's, yeah, I'm just gonna say it. Screw it. It's exploiting people who don't poor people. Really, it's really what it is. You know, putting basic necessities on a payment plan is a very bad thing. Dale Strawberry. I'm gonna put him up. See how much room I have over here. There we go. Put Daryl up there. Joey Cora, he was on that awesome Mariners team. That 94 through 97, 98 Mariners team, God, that team was good. The fact that that team didn't get to a World Series to this day makes me really annoyed. But anyway. But yeah, you know, all these payment plans. So anyway, it's transferred over to the sports card hobby. Breaks are basically a payment plan on something you can't afford. And, you know, Dennis Eckersley, great player. And yeah, you're not making multiple payments or anything, but you're splitting up a box. Basically, everybody involved in the break is the payment plan, right? They're splitting up the payments. The only thing this benefits is the breakers themselves. And I don't have any hate for breakers, by the way. You know, people got to do what they got to do to make money. I got no problem with that. But I would say the people being involved, and I just wish people would not buy into breaks, honestly. It is such a horrible value proposition. Todd Stottlemyre. So I don't want people to take this the wrong way, like, you know, I'm hating the breakers. I guess it's going to go to my point of the hobby is very gambling driven right now. It's gambling, and the value is not there. It's kind of like, I've heard it called a lot of different things, right? The junk slab error, I've heard. I mean, grading is another topic. You know, there's a Kirby Puckett, nice. You know, we have people grading cards, and I think grading is a great thing. A lot of my people I know hate grading. Another Expo sticker, but what is going on with this? Another Expo sticker. A lot of people I know hate grading. You know, they're like, wow, there's a Palmero. I guess I'll put them over here. They say, well, why? There's no point in grading your cards. Like, you know, it's a waste of money. And it's not. I think it's a very legitimate service to authenticate and get the condition of your cards, even though the condition of your cards is very questionable because it's a human opinion, right? That's a whole nother problem. But I think in general, I like the service of grading. The problem is people are just grading everything, right? So people are sending in their $10, $20 cards. And I go to these card shows, and there's thousands and thousands of slabs in the $1 to $5 boxes. So I'm paying a fraction of what it costs to even grade the card to get the card in a graded slab. It's just mind-boggling to me. Like, why are people doing that? It's just so weird. So my hot take number one is breaking is people should not be buying into it at all for any reason. Unless it's just a once-in-a-while fun thing. It's kind of like I'm saying people should not play the lottery, right? It's a horrible proposition. But once in a while, when the Powerball hits $1 billion, I'll play it just for shits, right? But that only cost me a few bucks. Some of these breaks are costing hundreds and, thousands of dollars sometimes. So I think people are sold on it's a gamble. It's an absolute gamble. That was cool. let's talk about box prices nowadays. I mean, it's a Dave Stewart, a good pitcher. So none of these cards are worth basically anything. These are all gonna go. You know, I'm not obviously not getting rid of any of the stuff. It's whatever. I'm just keeping it for fun. But again, I'm opening this box right now. I paid like what, 30, 40, 50 bucks or whatever I paid for this thing. These are basically $1 a pack or whatever, right? The Fred McGriff. Put Fred McGriff up. Crime Dog. But I go around these card stores and I look at these box prices. These boxes are going for $400, $500, $600, $700 a box. What was it? I saw 2025 Chrome. I can't remember what it was. $400, $500, $600 a box or some shit. And that's a pirate sticker. That's awesome. Look at that sticker. That is awesome. That's probably the coolest sticker I've seen actually in this box, or actually in any of these packs I've opened. But the box prices, they're actually crazy. I would put it like this. Let's say I spent, I don't know, I think I spent 40 bucks on this box or whatever it was, right? I'm not expecting anything. I'm literally just doing this for fun. Nowadays, you're spending $400. I think what was the top score? It was like $300 for fun, basically, and most of the time you're not getting anything. The value proposition, I would argue the value proposition of opening a modern, what's it, Dave Parker? Opening a modern box is worse than opening a junk wax box. So at least this, I'm not spending much money to have fun. Nowadays, I'm spending a ton of money to have fun. Ryan Sandberg, rest in peace. Put him up. So kind of hot take there. I'll open some modern packs for fun, but I definitely will not be buying multiple hobby boxes or multiple hundreds of dollars in packs. No, it's a lottery, and I don't want to do that, you know. Repack, that's a whole nother thing. Like, I just don't know how people buy that stuff. That's just, you never want to throw the word scams around, but it's just, there's a lot of things in this hobby that are not, I don't think, long-term great for the hobby. One of the things I've seen on some other people talking about Fanatics. You know, Fanatics is basically running the world in this hobby nowadays. One of the things they had mentioned, something about they wanted to, I think they are projecting, or one of their stated goals was they wanted to grow the hobby by 10x, right? Giant sticker, very cool. I think the problem with that is, you know, I guess there's a lot of people getting back into this hobby, and that's really great. I mean, that's a good thing, right? But if they're getting into the hobby buying a bunch of overpriced boxes and breaks and repacks, they're not going to stay here long, right? They're going to run out of money. Didn't I get a Dwight Gooden? Yeah, I'll put him over here. I thought I got a Dwight Gooden. Let me double check. Yeah, there we go. They're not going to stay long. When Fanatics says they want to 10x the hobby, what they really mean is they want to 10x their profit. And just, you know, if we're putting all the money, here's another big unit, nice. If we're putting, you know, people are putting all their money into grading cards that shouldn't be graded and buying boxes that are way overpriced and they're not getting they're probably getting 10% of their value back. Bobby Bonilla, one of the best contracts in sports history. He goes up here just because his contract was insane. I celebrate that guy every year for his Bobby Bonilla Day. I actually don't, but I still think it's cool. But you know, when they're doing all these very bad value propositions, I just don't think they're going to stay in the hobby. I think they're all going to leave. Eventually, when all this money goes to PSA and Fanatics, it goes out of the hands of the collectors. It goes out of the hands of the people who have come here. And I think, yeah, it sounds great that those things have brought people back into this. I don't participate in any of that shit. I think I'm more of a value buyer. I buy singles, particularly. I buy all the singles I want. They may be asking, why'd you buy this? Because this is fun and it costs me nothing. But all the expensive stuff happening today, I just think people are going to leave. I think the money's going to eventually dry up. It might take some time. Ramon Martinez, he was pretty good back in the day. It might take some time to dry up. Otis Nixon was an A's sticker. Or not A's, California Angels. How about that? But I think it will. And I think it's also bringing the wrong type of people into the hobby, right? Don Mattingly. Donnie Baseball. To put him up. So Paul Molitor. I don't have any stands left. I'll put Paul Molitor right here. I don't know. Is Paul Molitor better than any of those players? I don't know. That's a whole nother conversation. Put it in the comments. But yeah, I think eventually people will stop buying, and I think this thing that's happening right now is incentivizing bad behavior from manufacturers. They're just going to keep making shittier products with worse value, and that's not a good thing. I think it's sort of going to create a boom bust cycle potentially, where people, Bobby Witt, his sounds pretty good. I think we, I didn't really, Bobby Digpin, yeah. I know, I guess COVID boomed a lot of collectibles. COVID basically boomed everything because people sat home and got free money, and then they had nothing to do. Oh, it was a Bo Jackson. I got to put him up. Who am I taking down for Bo Jackson? Shit, this is hard. I'll take down the Nolan because there's two Nolans up here. Let's put up the base card. There you go. There's a Giant sticker. I really want a Mariner sticker, by the way. They're in my childhood team. I don't have one. I don't know if there is Mariner stickers in this. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. I haven't looked. Oh, what am I doing? He was over here. Chuck Carey. Wes Gardner. I'm trying to collect this whole set, by the way. There's a few cards I'm missing, but I'll probably get them in this box. Jack Clark. I'm sure. Jeffrey Warner, Junior Ortiz. But yeah, I guess to make my point on all these things I'm talking about right now, I feel like this hobby has become very gambling based nowadays. And gambling's fun, you know. I don't have a problem with gambling. Let's get that out of the way. In fact, I am very pro gambling. I think gambling should be legal basically in basically every case that it exists. I'm a big poker player, and I know I've been through a lot of. Oh, I got the Ricky stolen base card. I have to put that up, right? Oh man, who am I taking down? This is hard. I'll take batting. No. Yeah, I guess I'll take Mattingly down. As crazy as it is, he's not a Hall of Famer. He's very. He just went to the World Series last year as a coach. I'll take Strawberry down. All the rest of these guys. I'm gonna take Bo Jackson down next. He's not a Hall of Famer either. So I got Bo Jackson and Mattingly around the chopping block. That's kind of where I'm at. I mean, actually, now I think about that, I should probably put Paul Molitor up. Let's I don't know. Let's put Don Matting down. We're just gonna get all Hall of Famers up on the stand. So we still got Bo Jackson up, but we'll see how that goes. But anyway, yeah. So the hobby is very gambling based now. So Mark Grace, and Kirby, and I don't hate anyone trying to make money. All these companies and these breakers, the Giants. I get that. I just feel the general move towards gambling and the hobby is eventually going to be a net negative. And like I was saying, I play poker all the time. I play online. I play live, and online is very, very. I live in the U.S. and it's been over the last 15 years. It's just they've done everything they can to get rid of it, and it still exists, but it's not great. As a Gary Carter. But so I'm not saying ban gambling and the sports card hobby, right? What I'm saying is, I realize that the hobby right now is kind of like almost like slot machines. Everything's a terrible value proposition, and those are the things that are being promoted. That's the main point I want to make here. When I watch all these, when I go to card shows, when I watch all these videos, these influencer, whatever you want to hell, I don't know if you call them influencers in this space. I mean, the space is still pretty niche, as popular as it is another Nolan. But the things that are heavily promoted are the terrible value proposition gambling. That was a Jamie Moyer. He was on that awesome Mariners team too. He played forever. He was a great pitcher too. Great pitcher. Carlton Fisk, Hall of Famer. I guess I'll put him there. But I think the dangerous part of this is, not only is everything that's being promoted the worst value proposition, it's also, I think a lot of people don't understand how bad virtually everything that is currently being hyped in the hobby today actually is. Another awesome pirate sticker. I think it feels like, so let's think about the lottery. Let's think about like the Powerball, Mega Millions, whatever you have in your state, Powerball specifically, but in all of them. Everybody knows your chances of winning that. You might as well go try and get hit by lightning, right? It's just, I was a Cal Rip again. I'm gonna put him up. I guess I gotta take Bo Jackson down. God, can I take Bo Jackson down? He's such a legend. I'll put him right here. I mean, I like I said, I have to get the 10. I have to get 10 Hall of Famers up. I gotta feel so weird having Bo Jackson there, but okay, that's fine. But anyway, oops, it goes over here, goes over here. But anyway, yeah, I think people don't realize how bad the value prop actually is. I've seen, I think people are being sold that it's better than it is, and it's not. And I hate to keep rehashing this, but it's fine if you're doing it for fun once in a while, or it's fine if it's cheap like I'm doing here. But that's usually not the case nowadays. I think there's a lot of people spending a shitload of money thinking they're going to get big value. Roberto Kelly. And 99% of the time they're not. They're going to lose. And back to the hobby, people saying, oh, it's a good thing. It's brought people in. Well, look at, I don't know if you guys have read any Vegas news lately, but Vegas gambling revenue is down a lot in the last several years. And it also, I guess part of the reason it's going down is the prices have went up on everything. So it feels very similar to the hobby, what's happening in Vegas right now. I mean, Vegas is built on gambling or at least it was built on gambling and being cheap, right? Now it's built on gambling being expensive, and people, you know, they did the thing where once in a while they'll go get that hype because they want to gamble, and that's fine. But if you're doing it all the time, which a lot of people in this hobby are, and that's what's being promoted in this hobby because these big corporations are making shitloads of money off of it right now, I think eventually it's going to be a problem. I really do. I'm not trying to be a doomsayer or anything like that. I just putting the putting it out there, you know, putting it out there. Another baseball heroes. That's cool. Which one is that? Victory number 1, 1968. So I'll put it down here. Let's see. Oops. Keep putting this guy. Who's that? This Cecil Fielder. Oh, he's really good. Put him here. He hit some bombs back in the day. Kurt Schilling. Kurt Schilling. Let's talk about this guy. Why is he not in the Hall of Fame? Can someone explain that to me? I mean, I guess it's because people don't like him, or he has to put some political stuff out there. But him not being in the Hall is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Like one of his playoff record alone is ridiculous. Oh, Dodger sticker. How about that? 2-time World Series champions back to back. Probably gonna be 3 because who the hell can beat them? Guess we'll find out. Probably nobody though. It's kind of ridiculous. That's a whole nother thing. See what happens with that deferred contract situation and lockouts and all that might happen. Let's see. Let's get through this here. Oh, the Dave Winfield. Damn, that guy's really good. I have all Hall of Famers up though. Dave Winfield was really great. I'm gonna have to take someone down. I'm just gonna take the Ricky down for now because it's not a base card. And then when I get the Ricky base card, I'll put him up for somebody. Sean Dunston, Jody Reed. Yeah, I mean, the slot machine aspect of the hobby is not the best. Let's see what we get here. Anyone good? Anyone good? I'm still looking for the Griffey Jr. Funny enough, I've opened a bunch of packs of this stuff, and there's Roberto Alomar. He was pretty good, actually. Put him over here. No Griffey Jr. yet. Scott Erickson. There's a Cardinal sticker there. Steve Sachs, Bruce, John Shelby. Let's see, Fernando Grego, Dave Henderson, pretty good. Don Slot. But again, I'm putting all these hot takes out there. I'm not trying to hate on anybody. You know, I'm not even hating on. Again, not hating on breakers, not hating on repackers, not hating on PSA. I mean, I use PSA. Not hating on any of the grading companies, not hating on Fanatics. All these people, all these companies, their job is to make money, right? You know, these people are making money, and more power to them. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean I think it's good for the hobby. I think we can separate those two things. Checklist there, but I do think the gambling slot machine aspect is eventually going to be a problem. There's a Burt Blyleven. He's pretty awesome. Put him here. Wade Boggs. I gotta put Wade Boggs up, right? He's so good. Who am I gonna take down? This is actually a tough choice. Comments below. Who comes down on the Wade Boggs? Oh gosh. I guess I'll take the Molitor down. I don't know who was a better hitter, Molitor or Wade Boggs. Probably Wade Boggs. I don't know. The Giants. It's a tough one. Oh, there's the Ricky. I gotta put the Ricky up. All right, who comes down for Ricky? Ooh, man. Let's take. It's close. It's like, I mean, it could be a few of these guys that are really close. I do like Dave Winfield because he was an insane athlete. All these guys were though, right? I'm not gonna take down anyone who's passed. I'm gonna leave them up. So no Kirby, no Ryan, Sandberg. I guess I'll take the Larkin down. I don't know honestly. Let's put the Ricky up. Actually, let's put Crime Dog back. I just really like this card. It's a sick card. One of the coolest cards in the set. David Cohn is really good. Jack Morris, Hall of Famer. Jay Buhner, he was awesome. He was on that awesome Mariners team. I'm just gonna put him over here because I like him. There you go. But yeah, well, again, I don't hate any of those people making money. We'll see where it goes. I'm just in this to. Again, I go to all these card shows and these card stores and eBays, and I look for singles I want that I think I can hold on to for 10, 20, whatever, 30 years. I'm not like I'm selling any of this stuff. And I'm definitely not a flipper, right? I'm not going around looking for flips. That's fine if you want to do that too. It's like Harold Baines. I don't know. I'm not going to say he's not a Hall of Famer, but if that's a hot take, he's probably not a Hall of Famer. Let's just be real about it. I'll put that hot take out there. Also, I'll put him over here because he's a Hall of Famer or whatever. But yeah, we'll see where the hobby goes. I buy singles that I'm gonna hold for a long time. I might at some point sell some if I have duplicates or stuff I don't need or whatever. But that's not really my goal here. My goal is to buy stuff and have fun with it. I go around looking for cool cards and I buy them. Cards that I think may or may not go up in value, or I just wanted them. John Wetland. I don't know why that guy always stands out to me because I think it was the 95 or 96 World Series when the Yankees were tearing it up. I remember he was like the MVP. That's a childhood memory for me. It's a prospect checklist. That's kind of cool. But I'm kind of back on the gambling. I guess I get a lot of pirate stickers. Those are very cool. Not quite. No Paul Skeens in this set, but I don't think Paul Skeens was even born yet. But I actually don't know when Paul Skeens was born. Probably not 91 though. Let's see here. Dave Parker again, sure. R.J. Reynolds, okay. But yeah, it's kind of like, on this channel, I'm probably going to do some poker content at some point. And you might be saying, well, it's a sports cards. Well, how is it related? Well, I mean, I guess you could say it's related because poker was on ESPN, right, for the longest time. So I guess that's kind of a sport. I don't know. It's a cool 5,000 strikeouts. Yeah, that's sick. But also, there's definitely a mindset overlap between collecting, investing, and kind of how I think about games, weirdly enough. Charles Nagy. Who's that? Greg Jeffries. Both are kind of about long-term enjoyment and value for me, I don't, when I gamble, I do it more for enjoyment, yes, which is why I think, gambling in any point for enjoyment is fine. But I also want to get value out of it, you know what I mean? Marquise Grissom. So, if you can get enjoyment and value out of something, it's just Sammy Sosa. He's not a Hall of Famer, but I guess I can't put him up. I'll put him on the pile right here. Let's talk about this for a second. Hall hot take again. I think steroid users should be in the Hall of Fame. I think Kurt Schilling should be in the Hall of Fame. I think Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, Barry Bonds. Who else in that era? Probably Rafael Palmeiro. I think all those guys should be in the Hall of Fame. I really do. Roger Clemens. Roger Clemens, absolutely. Now I know that's, there's people on both sides of that issue, but the way I see it is the Hall of Fame to me, is like a museum of the greatest of all time players. Just put them in with an asterisk. If you ever been to a museum, everyone has their plaque, or put them in with a freaking asterisk. And if they don't want to go in, that's on them. But say, hey, this guy reignited baseball in the '90s with McGwire, and freaking there's. When I think Hall of Fame, Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa not being in is completely stupid. I'm sorry, it's just stupid. Put them in with an asterisk saying they were suspected to do having steroids. I have Brady Anderson. What do you know? Same kind of similar. Not in the Hall. Should not be in the Hall of Fame though. Yeah, put them in with an asterisk. Asterisks. How do you pronounce that word? And that's how I think it should be done. Now you got the people saying, "Oh, they don't deserve it. They cheated. Whatever. They cheated." To me, the Hall of Fame, without people like Roger Clemens, Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, Barry Bonds, let's just talk about Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds not being in the Hall of Fame is completely ridiculous. I mean, he was all hammer way before he took steroids. Now you can say, okay, the only argument I hear is, as a baseball hero, is he cheated, so he doesn't deserve it. Well, just say, hey, it was a Juan Gonzalez. He was really awesome back in the day. Come over here. Just say, hey, Barry, we'll put you in, but we're gonna have an asterisk. See what he says. See what he says. We're gonna put at the bottom suspected in steroids, and if it changes later somehow, then we'll take it off. And then if he says no, let him say no. Then he doesn't have to go in. But that's my opinion on it. But Dave Justice, he's pretty good. But I'm sure people will argue with me in the comments. There's all kinds of things. Look, I don't hate people for having different opinion than me on any of the shit I'm saying here. In fact, put your different opinions. Tell me I'm an idiot in the comments for any of the stuff. Oh god dang, why was that not autoed? God, that's obviously the for people who don't know, this is the card that is not autoed by Nolan Ryan, and I didn't get it. If I got it, that would probably be it right there. Oh well. I guess I'll put this card up over the base card, because this is the card. I'm going to put Ryan back here. This is the card that should be autoed. I'm going to pretend it's autoed and put it right here. I might actually go buy the auto. I've seen the auto several times at the card shows and whatnot. I could just buy it. There's a world I do that. What is this? This is Greg Olson. But yeah, go ahead and if anyone's sitting through chilling with me, opening some 1991 Upper Deck, I'm getting a lot of pirate. I'm gonna have a very piratey house. I'm just gonna put these all over the place. If anyone wants to argue with me in the comments, I'll love to hear it. Tell me I'm an idiot. I'm perfectly fine with that. Because I value other people's opinions too. My opinions on this stuff is not like life or death strong, right? This is not some kind of, I don't know, war or something going on, right? This is cards, and this is having fun, right? Although I will say some people have had their lives destroyed by gambling. Another one. Oh my God, you've got to be kidding me. Why is it not autoed? To be honest, pulling an auto of this is basically the same as winning the Powerball. Right? Like, I wonder what the difference in odds are of opening an autoed Nolan Ryan out of this set or winning the lottery. I don't know. Okay, Roger. Star rookie checklist. Okay, not the 89 star rookie checklist, but I'll take it. Where is Griffey? Speaking of that, I want Griffey. Let's get the Griffey. Let's get the Griffey. Dodger sticker. How many? This is kind of cool. How many Dodger stickers I'm getting in this box. Love that. Still want that Mariner sticker though. If it exists, I don't know if it exists in the low series or not, but hopefully it does. I didn't look that up, but I do want a Mariner sticker because they were my team. Dave Stewart. Pretty sure he was a World Series. Was he World Series MVP or something? I'm not actually sure. I want to say he was though. Now getting down to the end of this box. You know, a few packs. I think we got 10 packs left or so. Still need a Griffey. What the hell? This is like the 89 upper deck search. Trying to find the Griffey. Let's find the 91 Griffey. Let's get it. But yeah, as far as all the gambling stuff, the grading, all these hot takes I've had in this video, let me know what you think. Argue with me. Tell me I'm wrong. Tim Wallach, sure. John Perkins, another Expos. I think I've only had what 4 different types of stickers in this set. Expos. I went to Montreal recently, and that was a super nice city. Kind of sad they don't have baseball up there anymore. Brett Saberhagen. Gary Sheffield. This guy should be in the Hall of Fame. I know he was suspected of steroids, but I think the same argument applies. 500 home runs. Ferocious player. Probably the best batting stance in Major League history. Definitely up there. Got to be in the top 5. I mean, who didn't mimic this guy's batting stance as a kid? Or if they've ever even seen it. Show this to modern kids or kids today. You gotta mimic that batting stance. I don't know how he got the bat around. It was unbelievable, his bat speed. So sick. I mean, I watched some videos of him hitting home runs. I'm like, how the hell did he get that bat around the zone? It was unbelievable. But yeah, so just I would love to open some Topps Chrome on this channel, or just in general. I've not opened it. I've opened a little bit because I got it for cheap value and all this. I think I opened some older years that didn't have any hits, any good cards in it, so they were discounted pretty much. But I'd love to, like, I thought about just cracking a box of 2024 Topps Chrome when it came out or whatever. Now we got 2026. You know, I can actually have the 2026 Series 1 back here. Probably gonna open that at some point. But I'm not buying a lot of modern boxes. In fact, I'm not gonna buy hardly any. I think the value proposition is horrible, and I don't want to waste a bunch of money. It's just the way it is. If other people want to, go for it. There's the Mets. Have fun at it. But that's not going to be me, because I value my money. Come on. I want the Griffey. Let's get the Griffey. Give me the Griffey. Pretty sure I have, at this point, probably with this box, some of the cards I've seen. I think I have the whole set now. Except for I know I don't have the Griffey. There may be 1 or 2 other cards I'm not thinking of. Probably players I don't know who they are or something. Drummond, Henry Rodriguez. Who's this? Lenny Dykstra. He's a checklist. Look up the stories on this guy. This guy, he went to prison. You know, he has some crazy. Just look him up. That's all I gotta say about Lenny Dykstra. Crazy. Giants there. Very cool. Ellis Burks. Ha! 2 Lenny Dykstras in the same pack. That's funny. Jack Norris, John, Mark Grant, Carlos Berry, Ron Darling. Okay. But it's, you know, I'm just having fun doing this, you know? This is like, look at this. This is just my childhood right here. I just need the Griffey. If I get a Griffey and a Frank Thomas, that pretty much ends my childhood as far as this box. I need Edgar Martinez, too. That'd be kind of nice. Jim Acker. Who's that? Kelly Gruber. Dwayne Ward. I need 3 cards to round this out. Here's an Expos again. And a Mariner sticker. Let's do it. I don't think I'm going to get the Mariner sticker. I'm pretty sure there's a coalition thing going on with that or whatever. Where you only get certain stickers in a box, I'm assuming. Another Jay Buhner. I'll put him up here because I like Jay Buhner. But yeah, I hope you all are enjoying this. I'm going to be doing a lot more pack openings on this channel. But oh my gosh. The way I see this is I had 3 chances at the auto and I missed all 3. That's sad. Whoa. That's crazy. That is actually crazy. Every time I open this card, I'm like, it's not signed. That's sad. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot more chill box openings, chill blaster openings, or whatever else I can find. Mostly cheaper sets or junk waxes, or you know, when a new set comes out, I might buy a couple packs or whatever. I'm not going to spend a bunch of money on modern packs, but I'll buy cheap packs once in a while and open them up and see what happens. Mark Grace, pretty good. Kirby Puckett, got another one up there. The Dodgers, very cool. A lot of Dodger stickers I can hand out to people. Mike Boddicker, Alan Trammell, he's pretty good. Good player. Charlie Hayes, Kevin Moss, Greg Olson, Dave Stewart. Okay, we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. What do we got left? See how many packs we have left. I have like 5 or 6, it looks like. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. We're getting down there. Yeah, it's been a fun box. Price I paid, absolutely worth it. Absolutely worth it. Even though, you know, the combined value of everything here is basically whatever, nothing. But it's worth everything to me. That's how I see it. As another Crime Dog. Another Stadium bill. What am I doing? I guess Crime Dog does go down there. What is this? Oh, Jack Morris. He's a Hall of Famer. Sure. Mike Sharpton. Devin White. There's a Phillies sticker. Okay. Phillies. What's up, everybody? Yeah, I can't. Just those little 3D stickers are weird. I like them, but it's hard to put on a video. Hard to make them show up. Mark Newston, Charlie. Any other hot takes in this video I can get out there while I'm at it? I mean, I'll just get as many people mad at me as I can. I might as well while I'm here. What else? I think I pretty much hit all the hot takes that I could. I mentioned Pete Rose yet? I think Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame too. How do you have a Hall of Fame without your all-time leading hits player? It doesn't even make sense. His son's very good. Watch out for him. Does not make sense. Sandy Alomar. People, again, this is one of those people that say, oh, he bet on baseball. He shouldn't know the Cincinnati Reds. Griffey went to that team, but by the time he went to that team, he was really beat up and not the same player, unfortunately. Even though he wasn't the same player the second half of his career, he's still an all-time great. So that's kind of cool. He kind of reminds me of Mike Trout. Reminds me of Griffey. The path that he's taken. Norm Charlton. He was on that Mariners team. Not a great player, but well, all these players are great compared to the average baseball player, right? I mean, to get to the majors is completely ridiculous. I mean, you got to go. There's a Dave Clark. So it's funny when I see people talk crap about anybody in the professional league of anything, basketball, baseball, football, any of these leagues. All these players are all time in the grand scheme of humanity. These are anyone you've seen in this opening, not even the ones not on this down, people in these junk piles down here. They're all like comparatively, they're amazing baseball players compared to 99.99% of anyone who's ever lived. I think I read a stat one time that here's Bert Blyleven. Nice. I think I read a stat that if you took every major league player in the history of the major leagues and put them in a stadium, a baseball stadium, it would only fill up like, I want to say it was like 25% of a stadium. If you can imagine that. You can fact check me on that. I don't know the exact number. It was something I read months ago. But every major league player from 19, or what is it, 18, whatever the hell it started, to present, it only fills up, I want definitely less than half of a major league stadium. I think it was like 20-something percent. Actually ridiculous. So any of these guys are in the company of very few compared to how many people have played baseball in their life or try to get to the majors even. I mean, think about how hard it is to get to the majors, to get through all of them. It's just unbelievable to even get to this level. It's just, I have nothing but respect for everyone who made it to the majors of any endeavor, sports endeavor, competitive, really not even just sports, any competitive anything where there's a bunch of money and, prestige and fame and anything on the line. To get to that level of competitiveness, you've got to be an absolute killer. So you cannot have anything but respect for any of these guys, or girls for that matter, in women's sports. What do we got? This is Sandy Lamar, yeah. Well, I only have a few packs left. I really need the Griffey. Let's freaking get it. David Wells, he was a good, really great pitcher. I think he had a perfect game, right? Pretty sure he did. Another pirate sticker. At least I have a lot of these cool pirate stickers. That's a really cool sticker. Andre Dawson, the Hawk. Did I put the Hawk up? I mean, shit. This is really hard. Comments. Does the Hawk go up for any of these players up here on the stand already? It's a tough call. Ooh, it's a tough call. I don't know. I think he does. I'm just not sure who. Just for a change of... I don't know. I guess just for a change of scenery, I'll take Fred McGriff down. Not that Fred McGriff's... He's really good, too. I don't know. Jim Leyritz. I remember him on the Yankees teams that won championships back in the day. Let's see. Scott Bradley. John Kruk. I remember him from ESPN specifically. And also from the Nolan... Or, Randy Johnson trying to hit him in the All-Star game. Well, trying to hit him, quote unquote. That was pretty entertaining. He's also a good baseball commentator on ESPN. But yeah, getting down to the end here. Hope you all enjoyed watching the opening here and chilling with me, going back to 1991. Man, Upper Deck was way ahead of its time. These cards are really great too, compared to the Topps cards of the time. These are actually any of the other brands, Fleer and Donruss. These cards were just so high quality. It's a Dave Parker. The quality of these cards is just amazing for 1991. It's funny that the 1989 set was their first set, and it's still pretty pricey today just because of the Griffies in there. And Griffies go for big money if they have high grade. Although there is some controversy about how they grade the 89 Griffey. There's another Darryl Strawberry. But if you get it in a 10, that's a whole other thing. Okay. But good luck doing that. It's probably my one issue with grading. It's the inconsistency. And hopefully AI, and hopefully we move to a future of AI grading and whatnot. I do like the idea of tag for that reason, but I know they have some problems too. But eventually, if we get to a perfect grading system, that would be awesome. Whoever can figure that out and market it as well as PSA has done for themselves, that could be a game changer. I think there's definitely room there. Sharperson, Williamson, the giant sticker. Checklist. Come on, I actually do need the Griffey. Could collect the whole set. I mean, I'm gonna be annoyed if I have to go to freaking local store or ComC or some crap to buy a 1991 Upper Deck card for $1 or whatever it's gonna be. Steve Clark, Steve. Yeah. Let's see what else. Also, the other is the Michael Jordan in this set? I think it is. I don't know if it's in the low series or the high series though. I do need the Michael Jordan. I'm pretty sure it's in this set. Really McGee. But it's not a big deal. I mean, anything I don't get, it's cheap to get, right? Not like it's a big deal at all. Pedro Guerrero, Paul Gibson, Mike Fitzgerald. Yeah, it's been a cool box. The Dodger sticker. I got a lot of Dodger stickers. That's very cool. Roy Smith, Alan Mills, Bip Roberts. Let's see here. Oh, the Robin Yount. Okay. Very cool. I'll put him over here. He's a Hall of Famer. Put him here. Ramon Martinez checklist. I got 2 packs left. 2 packs left. Which one has the Griffey? Really fun doing this. Hope you all enjoyed it. I'll be back. Definitely be back for more pack openings. So like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know. Hit the notification bell. That's what all the influencer people say, you know. Now, if you just want to chill and hang out and open some packs, or just chill and talk about stuff, that's what I'll be doing. Because that's what I have fun doing. Not for any other reason. I do this for fun. How's a Bo Jackson? Kind of sad I had to take Bo Jackson down, but I should probably put him back up, but who am I taking down? I don't know. In the comments, does Bo Jackson go up for any of these people? I don't know. These are all Hall of Famers. Like, I don't know. I think Bo Jackson was like kind of like one of the greatest athletes ever in his prime, but he got injured and kind of sad. But he still has that legacy, so you can't say anything about it. Dwight Gooden. Up here. Brett Butler. Another Randy Johnson. Nice. There's a Jay Buhner. I'll put him here. Well, I got 1 pack to open the Griffey. This is very unfortunate. I'm probably not gonna hit it. But we're gonna try. All right, let's try it. Let's see what we can do. All right, let's slow roll it. Slow roll it. All right. Find the Griffey. Find the Griffey. Here we go. Burt Blyleven with a beach ball. That's kind of a cool picture, actually. That's him here. The Jim Gott. All right, come on. Let's go. Let's go. One time. One time. Roberto Alomar. Mark Whitten. Randy Milligan. The giant sticker. Yeah, there's a did not get this sticker. That's fine. Kevin Brown, Kevin Happy, John Shelby. Yeah, they just didn't want me to get the Griffey this time. That's unfortunate. Greg Olson. Steve. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I really wanted to put the Griffey up. So the only sadness of this box, I did not get my childhood favorite. And my favorite of all time, but it is what it is. So there you go, 1991 Upper Deck. That's what it looks like. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hope you all were interested in my hot takes on everything, basically, that I put out in this video. If you have any comments, suggestions, arguments, whatever else you feel like talking about, let me know. And I'll be back, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Peace out.